Hello everyone, Mr. Price here, continuing our read aloud. We're continuing The Watsons Go to Birmingham 1963 by Christopher Paul Curtis, and we are working our way through chapter 8. We are actually on our third part of it right now. The family have been doing a bunch of things to improve the brown bomber, what they call their car, and Dad surprised them by having in-dash record player installed, as well as a speaker in the back, and the family really liked it. But the chapter is kind of winding down with Kenny saying that Mama stopped them from having fun in steps, and she wanted to tell them something, and everybody's ears jumped up. Something big was going on, and they thought it was similar to how they received the news that they were getting a baby sister. So everybody's ears jumped up. Something big was going on. Dad wasn't too comfortable with things like this and said, "No, it can wait." No, it can't. Mama let the last song finish, then said, "Turn it off, Daniel." "Children, in a little bit, Daddy's going to get some vacation time, and we're going to drive to Alabama. Grandma Sands is going to keep Byron for the summer. And if things don't work out, he'll stay there for the next school year." This was too good to be true. A long trip in the brown bomber and no Byron for the whole summer, and probably for the whole year, because when it came to Byron, nothing ever worked out. Byron looked at Mama and Dad with his mouth wide open. "We've been telling you, Byron. You've been given warning after warning and chance after chance to straighten up. But instead of improving, you're getting worse. Do I have to remind you of the things you've done just this last year?" Byron still didn't close his mouth. Mama started ticking off the things that Byron called his latest fantastic adventures. "You've cut school so much that Mr. Alums has come here 3 times to see what's wrong with you. You've been lighting fires. You've been taking change out of my purse. You've been in fights. You had that trouble up at Mitchell's food fair. You had that problem with Mary Ann Hill. You set mouse traps in the backyard for birds. You fell out of that tree when you were trying to see if that poor cat always landed on its feet. You got that conch. You joined that gang. There's just too much, Byron. We can't have all this nonsense going on." I hope these weren't the only latest fantastic adventures that Mama knew about. I could list about 100 more. That's why Grandma Sands is going to look after you for a while. You're about to run us crazy. Mama changed the tone of her voice. "You're going to like Birmingham, Byron. It's a lot different than Flint. There are a lot of nice boys your age down there who you can be friends with. There's a lot of fishing and hunting you can do. Things are a lot better there. I love that city. Your grandma tells me it's quiet in our old neighborhood. She says that stuff on TV isn't happening around her. It's just like I remember it being. It's safe, it's quiet, and there's no buphead." Mama and Dad had threatened to send Byron to Grandma Sands about 1,000,000 times, but we never thought it would happen. This was for 3 good reasons. The first reason was that Alabama was about 2,000,000 miles from Flint, and By knew Mama wouldn't let him ride the bus that far alone. He also knew it would be just about impossible for her to sit on a bus with him for the 3 days it took to get there. The second reason was that Mama and Dad were always threatening to do stuff to Byron that everybody knew they wouldn't do. Dad had been keeping a countdown on how many more months it would be before they could force him to join the army, but we knew they wouldn't do that. But the biggest reason Byron and Joey and me thought they'd never send him to Alabama was because we heard so many horrible stories about how strict Grandma Sands was. The thought of living with her was so terrible that your brain would throw it out as soon as it came in. Well, Byron's brain had better get used to it. We all knew by the way they'd gotten the bomber ready and by the way Mama's voice sounded that they meant it this time. The big, cool baby finally shut his mouth and ran into the house. He slammed the door as hard as he could, and we all heard him say real clear the S word. Joey said, "Ooh." Dad started to go in after him, but Mama said, Let him go, Daniel. You better get as much of that nonsense out of his system as he can. Grandma Sands won't be putting up with any of that mess. Well, everybody, that is the end of chapter 8. Uh, it's a short session today as far as the read aloud goes, but I think we're going to stop there. We're going to pick up on Monday when we come back with The Watsons Go to Birmingham, 1963, the chapter that the book's named after. So it's got to be pretty significant as far as the development of the story goes. I hope you guys enjoyed the ending to that chapter, and I hope you're looking forward to meeting Grandma Sands with the family when they get there. You guys have a great day. Remember to complete your exit ticket, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.